Hello, my name is Richard Green. I'm going to be demonstrating some of the new web client extensions capabilities in this new version of Rational Doors Next Generation. I'm going to start out by demonstrating some of the new utility functions that we've included in the extensions. Then I'm going to show the suite of module manipulation capabilities that now exist. And then I'm going to give an example of a standalone web service showing how that can interoperate with the web client extensions capability. I'll start by opening up a gadget that's been created to demonstrate the extensions functions. This will allow me to select artifacts and then use some of the utilities or the module manipulations on them. I'll begin by selecting one of the artifacts here. As I select it, you'll see that the name of the artifact is reflected under the selection. I'll go and use our first utility to determine the type of the artifact. As we look down here, we can see this is a heading type artifact. As you can see, is demonstrated in the hover. I'll then deselect it and select another one. As I select again, you'll see the identification of the gadget is updated to show which artifact it is I've selected. If I look at the type of this one, you can see this is an actor type. Okay, and we can see the icon there shows that it's an actor. And finally, I can select another artifact. You can see the update to the name here. Determine its type and see that that's an artifact of type information. Aside from the artifacts, we also now have the capability to determine the current user that's logged in with the extension. I'll use that function in the gadget, demo gadget that's been created here. If you look now, we can see the details of the user. You can see the name, the ID, and the email. And if we look up here, you can see that matches what's present in the web client. Having looked at that, I'm now going to look at some of the module manipulation capabilities we have. I'm going to select one of these artifacts again. See the ID updating. I'm going to remove this artifact from the module. So I select that, we see it's been removed. I'm going to select another artifact. If you see, I'm going to not only remove it, I'm also going to delete this one entirely. So I'll select it, then mark this checkbox in the gadget, which sends down the parameter to the extension to tell it that I want this deleted entirely. And I'm going to perform that. And then if we look at the list we had, so we can see the artifacts that were here before, one for removal and deletion. And I'm going to refresh that to look at the changes that have been caused by the extensions. If we see the one that was simply removed from the module is still present as existing, although it's no longer displaying in the module, but the one that was removed and deleted no longer exists at all. Having done that, I'm now going to move on to another of the module manipulation capabilities. I'm going to create a new artifact. In order to do that, I'm going to select the artifact initially that I want to create it in relation to. So that we can determine where in the module the artifact that we create appears. I'm going to create an artifact that comes below that in the module hierarchy. I'm going to type in the initial text I want to appear from my new artifact. And I'm going to specify which type I want it to appear as. Make it an information type artifact. I'll then create it. As we see, a new artifact has appeared. If we check the type, we can see that it's information as requested. One of the other things we can do is move artifacts around in the module using the extensions capability. I'll select one of these existing ones up here. In this case, we first select the artifact that we want to move. In this case is this purpose artifact. And I also select the artifact I want to move it in relation to, so again I can specify where it's going to go. In that case, it will be this one. Move, and again we can see now we have a second one displaying down here. Determine that we're operating effectively on two artifacts. I'm going to move this initially after it. And I'll select to move the artifact. You see that it's now moved after that artifact as specified. I can move it to a different position in relation to it. I'm going to move it below it in the module hierarchy. And again, as we see, not only does the artifact that I've selected moved, but all of the subtree of artifacts that go along with it. Again, if I wanted, I could select one of these in the subtree, and then another one in the subtree. And I can increase the depth here by moving it below the other, its current sibling. So yeah, we see this is increasing the depth. And again, if I were to perform a removal operation on an artifact with a subtree, it will affect all the artifacts below it in the subtree. You can see they've all been removed. So that's our module manipulations. I'll now close that gadget. I'll open up our gadget for demonstrating the web service. I'll just refresh that. The web service we have here is a very simple one running in Node.js. It makes an OSLC request once we select a gadget, and then returns the information that it's received, which it will display here. So as we can see at the moment, it's waiting for us to select an artifact. I'll choose one of these. The request is sent, and we can very rapidly see that the external web service receives the request and returns the OSLC representation that was given to it by the web client. It's been our demonstration of the new capabilities in the Web Client Extensions framework for Rational DAW's next generation. I hope that's been of interest.